Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Coffee Time with Blind United. It is Tuesday, and me and Brittany flying solo this morning. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning and happy Taco Tuesday.
All that. Okay. Having tacos tonight? Maybe I might try to work that out.
Yeah, you
It
gotta
does.
enjoy that Taco Tuesday.
Why not? That sounds like a good thing to do today.
Right.
Don't normally get a lot of Taco Tuesday going on at my house anyway.
I get you. Well, what do we have on the schedule tonight?
Well, we've actually only got talk time with me, I guess. Another talk time. But it's coffee time. That's talk time.
All right. Well, we got a lot of talking goings on tonight. Sounds
Right.
good.
Well, I mean, I was thinking, just have folks come out and maybe we can just, number one, as always, it's about, trying to get to know one another and network with one another as we do often.
Mhm.
But it's also, an opportunity for folks to come in and, maybe offer some ideas, suggestions, some criticisms of, what we got going on and how we do what we do. And then possibly, some changes we might be able to make. I'm open for all of that.
No, I'm all for healthy criticism. I mean, if somebody has something to say that's helpful and we can do better, I'm all for that. When you know better, you do better. So, yeah.
Right. So, anyway, well, it looks like we got Richard just popped in, so I'm gonna let him in. Hold on.
All right, while you're doing that, Elizabeth said good morning. She's watching over there on YouTube. So, good morning, Miss Elizabeth.
Uh,
Um, Safe travels on your way to work.
of course, and just like you, everybody can run over there to YouTube. You can log in and listen to it over there. You can hear the entire show from YouTube, and everything will be good. And don't forget to like and subscribe while you're over there. And you can also hit that share button. So it always helps out. Good morning,
Good
Richard.
morning.
How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you for letting me in. I appreciate it.
No
It's a
problem.
privilege. Thank you.
No problem. So, well, we're gonna get into getting our first little social media thing out the way right quick. We'll be right back with you in a minute. Why is it not going there? Okay, give me a minute here. It says got three other comments over there, Britt, while I'm trying to navigate.
Oh, basically, just Facebook user said good morning. So, good morning, Facebook user. That's probably Monica. And yeah, I'd like to thank everybody else who has been who has been supporting us. Well, while Ed's getting that out the way, you can you can email us at
I got it.
info@blindunited.org.
I think I got it now. Hold on.
All right.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
All right. Well, y'all bear with me a little bit because, again, I don't have Pedro with me, so I'm trying to handle all of this stuff backstage by myself. So we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get through it. Let me knock out this other one right quick. We're gonna talk about this scholarship, and then we'll be right back.
You are cordially invited to Blind United Scholarship Ceremony. Please join us in awarding 2 scholarship recipients in honor of Les Subotnick. Date: Sunday, May 19th, 2024, held at Rodrigo's Mexican Restaurant, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Omni Access service goes there. Cost per person $37 in advance, which includes your meal, tax and gratuity. Deadline to turn in money, your meal selection, and beverage will be Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. You can contact Cheryl Thurston at cthurston74@gmail.com. We will see you there. Now back to the show.
All right. Now we got all that stuff out of the way. So how you doing this morning, Richard? You good?
I'm doing fantastic this morning, brother. Thank you. Hanging in there.
All right. Well, again, I got one little article that I'm gonna play in a few minutes. It's about corporate greed, and
Thank you.
people always asking questions about why certain stuff goes on and whatever. And it's just a little food for thought as we come up on an election year here in November. So I'm gonna go ahead and get down here. And you got a lot going on in the background there, Richard.
I'm gonna mute. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna mute my mic.
And here we go. We'll talk on the other side of this.
Edition. April 9th, 2024. Why do my groceries cost so much? Giant corporations and billionaires want to keep their taxes low and the prices we pay high. In 2004, I was a single parent raising 3 daughters on my own. I worked 3 jobs, including an overnight shift as a translator at local hospital to make ends meet. Every time I stood in line at the supermarket, I worried about what I would have to put back on the shelf to stay within our weekly budget of $100 for food. My daughters are all grown now, yet whenever I'm buying groceries, I still get that horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach as I remember not knowing if we would have enough to eat, and how much, or how little. I could provide for my family with $100. Prices for all of us have gone up since COVID, and $100 now buys about $65 worth of groceries, compared to 5 years ago. This puts a huge bite on working families, because we spend most of our income every month, as much as 90%, on food and other necessities. So, when prices rise, we are hurt the most. Big corporations and their allies tell us higher wages and transportation costs are to blame for rising costs, but there's a big part of the story they do not want you to know. It is that these giant corporations are, themselves, responsible for higher prices. According to a new report by the Federal Trade Commission, the largest grocery retailers, which include Walmart, Kroger, and Amazon, which owns Whole Foods, used the pandemic as an excuse to raise prices across the board. The same is true for big agribusinesses like Tyson Foods and DuPont, which sell the lion's share of meat products and seeds. These giant companies wrote themselves a blank check during COVID, for which they now expect us to pay. What all these corporations have in common is they always want to get bigger. Why? Because when consumers have fewer choices, corporations can force us to pay higher prices. This is especially true with food, which none of us can live without. And according to the FTC, a big reason for these higher prices is corporate greed. Time and again, big companies tell us that if they could only get bigger, they will pass savings on to consumers. This is never true. Instead, they give money back to their investors and reward executives, like Walmart's Doug McMillon, who takes home over $25 million a year, and Kroger's Rodney McMullen, who makes more than $19 million. That is 671 times more than the amount an average Kroger's worker makes. Continued corporate consolidation can have deadly consequences. In healthcare, which People's Action tracks closely through our Care Over Cost campaign, we see that the domination of private insurance by a handful of companies, Aetna, United Healthcare, and Cigna, leads to bigger bills, worse health outcomes, and lost lives. The profits of retailers and agribusinesses have risen to record levels by as much as 5 times the rate of inflation. How do companies like Tyson Foods, Kroger, and Walmart boost profits? The way they always do, by raising prices, while 65% of Americans still live paycheck to paycheck. Yet for working families, when we feel inflation's grip, it is hard to feel anything else. And while unemployment has fallen to record lows under President Biden, we cannot keep up with the higher prices these giant corporations force us to pay. What Koch and other ultra-rich conservatives do not want you to know is that their own corporate greed is what is really behind these higher prices. Giant corporations want less competition and regulations so they can pay their workers less and raise their prices at will. This is why they are spending big to put Trump back in. Because if Trump wins, they get another big payday. No American should ever have to work 3 or more jobs just to survive. Not in 2004, 2024, or 2044. We want a world in which every one of us has what we need not only to live, but also to dream. So, when we vote in November, we must remember what we are really voting for: a healthy and hopeful future for ourselves and our families. Now back to coffee time with Blind United.
All right. Well,
Wow.
it's again, I mean, it's just corporate greed. I mean, it's the stock market. It's all about, you know, the shareholders and making a profit for them, you know, getting a return. And when the corporations themselves, they take their profits, they turn around, and now what do? They buy back the stocks they've sold. So now all of that money is going back into, you know, into the company and whatever. The savings never get passed on to us.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand things become more expensive, you know, as an example. I mean, again, I'm 67 years old here in a minute. And when I first started driving, gas was 25 cents a gallon. I mean, I didn't expect it to be 25 cents a gallon for the rest of my life, of course. Right. But I mean, now we're at a stage where people, as the article was stating, you know, corporation, they just raise prices at will, you know. So in my opinion, that's not a good thing. I mean, we can't live, you know, we no longer have the American dream. Why? Because corporate profits have eaten into our ability to, you know, achieve the American dream. You know, I mean, you definitely can't do it alone now. You can do it with partnerships. You know, you might be able to get 4 or 5 people together and everybody chip in together and you can create something, but that's not the American dream. The American dream is for you to be doing it as an individual, you know. So, but anyway, that's my little thing about it. It also has to do with, you know, again, you see they threw some political stuff in there, you know. I mean, it's something food for thought as we get ready to come up on this election, you know. Of course, I ain't going to tell you who to vote for. I can't do that. But at the same time, you know, just vote. That's the key right there. Vote. your heart, vote your, your thought, your feelings, whatever. But get out and vote, because if you don't vote, you ain't got no business sitting around saying nothing. So
That's very true. I mean, no matter who you vote for, just as long as you vote, and pay attention to people's actions, not their words, because any politician, whether they be Democrat, Republican, whatever, independent, like they can sell you anything, say anything, make it sound good. So, you vote for the person that you feel will be the best and do the best for you and your pocketbook and your family. So that's all I have to say about that.
I mean, I agree, Britt. I mean, it's, again, they can say anything they want to say. It's all about their actions. Pay attention to what that particular politician is actually doing. Don't listen to what they're saying. Look at what they're doing. Look at their record. What are they doing for you in Congress? Are they, all these different kind of things. Are they doing their job? What are they doing within the community? If it happens to be your representative, what are they doing in your community? You know, are they helping your community? They bringing money to your community. They're bringing resources. They're making sure that the roads are all good, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they have something to do with all of that. So, I mean, just like this bridge thing, you can't get, you can't vote down rebuilding the bridge, one day and then now get mad because the bridge fell. I mean, yeah, a ship did hit it. Okay, but at the same time, you knew the bridge was failing. You knew the bridge was weak. That's why you spent that money to repair the bridge instead of replacing the bridge. Had you replaced the bridge, we probably wouldn't have lost them 6 lives. So,
I agree, Ed. Infrastructure is very important. Build back better, all that good stuff. You know, it's important.
I mean, it is. It is. I mean, again, we got to have it. I mean, we need our roads. Whether it's us driving the trucks or self-driving trucks, whatever the case may be, that we need our highways. We got freight moving up and down the highways. We got people moving up and down the highways. Airports. You don't want a raggedy airport. You want airports that that people can land safely. And not have to worry about hitting all kind of bumps and stuff when they hit the ground. You want a nice smooth surface to land on. You want easy access facilities that you can get in and out of, that can manage not only the air traffic, but can manage the actual physical traffic of people going in and out of the airports.
And we also want airplanes keeping their parts on their bodies.
Well, I mean, again, this all has to do with that. Don't have to do with infrastructure. That has to do with regulations
And maintenance.
Well, again, regulations
Yep.
that a lot of people don't like are guardrails that protect us from those types of things happening. Okay, I mean, it's just that simple. That's what the regulations are put in place for, to be guardrails to protect us, keep us safe. So when you got people in there that's trying to cut down on regulations and all that stuff, giving these manufacturers more freedom to do what they want to do, of course they're going to side on the side of profits. And they're not going to do the maintenance, because why? They got to pay somebody to do the maintenance. They'd rather put that money into their returns on for their stock or whatever the case may be. But no, it's not good. It's not good. All of that has to play a part of it. Infrastructure. We need schools. We need again, highways. You name it. We all need it. I mean, and here again, just my opinion, especially when it comes to commercial, you got all these folks running up and down the highways with the freight and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know what it's like now. I know when I was driving truck, I had to pay what they called highway use tax. Each state that I would go into, it would be something I would have to pay. I had to get a permit to go through that state. I might have to buy a fuel permit where I had to actually have a permit in order to buy fuel in that state if I thought I was going to need it. You know, and because of what the nature of the game, what are you going to do? Oh, I can make it across Texas without buying fuel. Yeah, right. You're going to buy that thing anyway, just in case you got to stop, you know. So, I mean, what do they do with the money? They don't turn around and put it right back into the highways. Not everybody does that, you know. It goes into some sort of general fund, and, you know, now they doing what they want to do with it, you know, corrupt politicians. It's all a big mess is what it is. It's all a big mess. So, I don't know. Maybe Tuesday's my grump day.
No, I mean, this stuff is important. We got to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, how are we going to fix it? And we got to educate people on a lot of this stuff, because a lot of people don't know. You know, a lot of times you're just voting, don't know what you're voting for, you're not voting, or you're disinterested, and these politicians are just doing whatever they want. These corporations are just doing whatever they want. So I think it's good to talk about this stuff, Ed.
Well, and again, maybe I need to change it up a little bit. Yeah, please vote, but please have be a knowledgeable voter, you know, be aware of who you're voting for, what you're voting for, you know, look into these different, you know, bills and, you know, different stuff like that as they come up, you know.
Right.
They're not always what they appear. You got to look at them and make sure you read, you know, the text of the bill.
I think that's the thing for me that's really confusing, is that, like, a lot of times I'll read the bills and I'm like, wait, is this really what I think it is? Is this, you know, you really got to pick it apart, read it. I mean, they make them so complicated. And I think sometimes the average person, they'll see a bill and they'll say, okay, I can get behind that. You know, I can get behind this. But a lot of times it's not, you know, it's not what it seems to be.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. You got to get into it. You got to look at this stuff, you know, and again, it was many years I didn't do this. And I said, you know what? I can't complain because why? I'm not voting. Okay. Well, I didn't like the way things was going. I used to think that it was, you know, well, they're going to do what they want to do. I mean, you know, and so on and so forth. My vote don't matter. Well, in essence, it does. If the system is working the way it's supposed to work, then every vote matters. You know, I mean, yeah, can it be manipulated? Yeah, it can. I mean, we're on the verge of getting away from that manipulation. But my point being, when I really started voting, I used to sit there and, you know, before I should say, I'm thinking I'm knowing. I don't know. And then once I started voting, I looked and I said, okay, well, wait a minute, I can read both sides of it. I can read the arguments on both sides of this. I can get a better understanding of the actual, you know, text, you know, and I mean, little stupid stuff that people don't pay attention to, like as an example, here in California. I mean, maybe on one hand, I should thank them because I actually quit smoking because of this. No more menthol cigarettes in the state of California. Okay. You can still buy tobacco. You just can't buy menthol tobacco. And all that came about because they wrote a bill, and the bill was against Richard.
What was the bill against that?
The bill was to get away from flavored tobacco. Okay. And then once they got
And Elizabeth said on YouTube, she said the only nice roads that she's seen have been in San Mateo and Irvine. I guess where the rich people live, they have nice roads.
I'm sorry,
And
I missed that.
oh, okay. Elizabeth, she commented on YouTube that the only nice roads that she's seen are the ones in San Mateo and in Irvine. So, I
Well, I
guess
mean,
the
that's
nice.
another thing. We're talking about the infrastructure. That's where she's at. But again, look at that train. How long we've been dealing with that? The Amtrak and whatever for the last couple of years. It's been on the verge of falling off the cliff. They went in there. I don't know how many millions of dollars they went in there trying to shore it up. But every
Yeah,
time the weather goes bad, you got more erosion, and now you got more millions getting spent to fix it. But
right, right.
but anyway, that other bill, Brittany, I'm sorry, that other bill was they were trying to get away from flavored tobacco products.
Right,
Their
right, right.
their actual target in that was the electric cigarette market. It was the vape market where you can go in and buy, bubblegum flavored vape juice and all this other stuff. That was their goal, right? They were saying that all that stuff was targeting kids because it had all these candy flavors. But
Right,
because they wrote the bill wrong, right?
right.
They did away with the menthol cigarettes, but you can still walk into any vape shop anywhere and buy whatever flavor vape juice you want to buy.
Right, right, right. I remember you talking about that. And it's crazy because I've heard that vaping is actually worse for you than actual smoking, supposedly. Different articles that I've read.
Right, right, right. So I mean, it's like I said, it's you got to pay attention to what's out there. I mean, of course, I didn't vote for it because why? I wasn't trying to get rid of menthol cigarettes. I mean, I mean, again, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on every pack of cigarettes, whatever, can cause cancer, whatever. Was a lot of health with involved with tobacco. But guess what? It's my body. Whatever I want to do with my body is my business. If I want to smoke a cigarette, I should be able to smoke a cigarette.
No, I totally get where you're coming from. I mean, just as long as they regulate it and kids aren't able to get a hold of them, then whatever. If you're an adult and you know the repercussions of smoking, then you should be able to do it.
Well, and then again, those places I've been places, Brittany. I walk in there at my age, 67 years old, but simply because the law said, that you have to show ID to buy cigarettes. I get carded. Okay, cool. I don't have a problem with that. So I mean, again, they say they're doing everything they can to stop them, but again, it's just like anything else. The harder you try to make it for people to get, the more they're going to want to get to it. So
No, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, and one of the things that I don't understand about this country is like the Republicans, they say, okay, we want smaller government, but yet you want to stick your hands in people's business. My body, my choice, okay? Come on. That's all
exactly.
I'm saying.
No, I agree, Britt. I mean, regardless of what I feel about that whole situation there, again, like you said, it's your body, it's your choice. Just like with the cigarettes, this is my body, my choice. When it comes to tattoos and piercings, it's my body, my choice. When it comes to, going through the surgeries or whatever to, change your body around, whatever. It's your body, it's your choice. I mean, ain't nobody trying to stop females from running out there getting breast implants, None of this. I mean, long as it's, it's crazy. You can't pick and choose. It's either one or the other. Either you're going to let people do what they want to do with their body, or you're not. One or the
No,
other.
I agree 100%. No,
So
I
anyway,
totally agree.
let me get this social media thing out the way again, and then
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
all right, one more time about the scholarship dinner, and then we can coast our way through this. Be right back.
You are cordially invited to Blind United Scholarship Ceremony. Please join us in awarding 2 scholarship recipients in honor of Les Subotnick. Date: Sunday, May 19th, 2024, held at Rodrigo's Mexican Restaurant. 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Omni Access service goes there. Cost per person $37 in advance, which includes your meal, tax and gratuity. Deadline to turn in money, your meal selection, and beverage will be Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. You can contact Cheryl Thurston at cthurston74@gmail.com. We will see you there. Now back to the show.
All right. Well, you ever had that, what was that wooden drink they have there, Brittany? That big old fishbowl style drink?
Yeah.
What's the name of that? I can't remember the name of it. I know it's some sort of, isn't it like a margarita or something like that?
Yes, I believe it's like a margarita.
A frozen one too, right? A frozen style.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. I can't remember what that is, but I know it was big.
Yeah, so come out and hang out with us May 19th at Rodrigo's and have yourself a fishbowl size margarita or a regular size one, or some shrimp tacos, some fish tacos, some tostadas, some beef tacos, some burritos, all types of stuff. So yeah, come out and hang out with us.
And for those that may not know him, you'll definitely, if you come hang out with us, you'll get to know what kind of guy Les was. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a lot of storytelling going on about Les. He was a great guy. He was a character. So again, we just want to honor him for all he did for folks within the community, all that he gave. I don't know if I would even be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for Les. I owe him a lot. So.
And Paul said that the margarita is really, really good. 2 or 3 people could share it. That's how big it is.
That's right.
So get 2 or 3 people together and y'all can share a margarita.
Hey, he gets you one of them, gets you everybody can get their own straw and just go for it.
Hey, sounds good.
Yeah. So, but other than that, we're just chilling today. We ain't got a whole lot going on. My brother Pedro had something else to do today, so he wasn't able to hang out with us. And we just here trying to make up an hour worth of time for y'all.
Right. And Whistler said hi. So thank you, Whistler, for watching us on YouTube. We appreciate it.
All right, brother Whistler.
I know.
Man. Well, he popped his head out the other day. He's starting to feel a little bit better. Hopefully, I'll talk to my brother real soon. I miss him. He probably come to check me out, see what I've been doing in his absence. So hopefully I will meet your approval, my brother. If not, I would definitely appreciate your help. How about that? Good dude. Whistler, I love you, man. Hopefully everything's doing well for you. And we will talk real soon. So
Yes, we will definitely talk real soon. And we got another comment from Mr. Howard, and he said that he wasn't aware, but one of the people that we're awarding the scholarship to was taught by Mr. Les Sabatnik. So maybe she'll have some stories about Les.
well, I mean, I was taught by him. We was all kind of, we went through there where he was at, so again, he was very well known here in Southern California in our community. So anybody that went through DPI, they probably knew him. Myself, I mean, if you did anything with the Diamond Club, you probably know him. What was he in San Fernando CCB, I believe?
I believe so. And then
San Fernando or East LA, but one of two.
One of
Yeah.
them. And then I know one of the stories that I have with Les is the time that we went ziplining together. That was wild. So that was definitely a lot of fun. So that's one of the
Yeah.
memories of Les that I'll remember. So
Yeah, that's definitely one of the last memories we had. Like I said, we went down there for his bowling tournament, right?
yeah, we went down there for their bowling tournament, and we went zip lining after.
Uh, well, no, we actually went to Heart Attack Grill, and then we went to zip lining after that.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But no, that was cool. Going down there, zip lining was cool. I wish we could have actually, well, you could see a little bit, but I wish I could have visually been able to see, down as we were flying over the top of people, Superman style.
All right. I mean, I know that you could have pictures taken because I think they took pictures of us while we were up there. And I want to say we bought the pictures, but I do not know where they are. I wish I did, honestly.
I thought I remembered Abel saying he bought y'all's pictures.
Yeah, no, he did, but I don't know. I have no idea where they would be.
Okay. Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I mean, Les, he would take his boogie board and like when they go do the sailing thing. What is that at San Clemente? Is that San Clemente down there towards San Diego? It's actually where the train is acting stupid down there.
Yeah. And
That
Daredevil commented, he said that Les was a part of the East LA CCB chapter.
Okay, East LA. I knew it was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but again, he was just around the community all the time. He was always there to help. So just want to honor him in the best way we can. So. But other than that, we got I guess I can throw this out there. One of the Diamond Club, which is a group we often do things with, and we want to promote them a little bit. They're going to Chaparral Lanes, Brittany, over there in San Dimas.
Yes,
San
they
Dimas this Friday. So if you want to check that out, you can either get at us here at info@Blind United, or you can reach out to Cheryl at cthurston74@gmail. They'll be over there that Friday. I think it's 1 or 2 in the afternoon, she said. And they're going to be doing, hanging out, doing a little bowling and eating some stuff out of the snack shop over there, just hanging out, again, blind folks fellowshipping. That's all it is, so just trying to stay in touch with one another. So anyway,
well, since we're here, Blind United has a fundraiser event coming up, and that is going to be May 25th at Little Lakes Park Clubhouse in Santa Fe Springs. This event is going to be from 12 to 5, so come out and support us. This is going to be a color party. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to contact Cheryl, and she's going to give you a color, or I guess you can choose your own color. I'm not really sure how
Choose. You
that's
can
all
choose your
working.
own. She's passing out four of. She's not going to allow more than 4 people to have the same color. So if you have a favorite color, you might want to get at her soon. If you want to come, you might want to get at her soon, just in case, so nobody else fills up all the 4 spots in your color. So I know we got a lot of ladies that like purple. I think purple's almost gone.
Oh no. Okay.
Me, I'm that man in black, so I took black. So
All right.
I
And then
think
you got to bring 4. What is it? 4 items that are that color.
well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, ain't nobody gonna hold it to 4 items. Just like we're not saying you have to feed everybody that comes to the color party. Just bring a little something so it ain't just you munching on your lemon heads or whatever candy you might buy. Depending on whatever your color is. I mean, Cheryl trying to tell you, oh, well, you can bring some black licorice. Okay, well, I'll bring that, but I'm not going to eat none of it. So I'll make sure that everybody that wants a piece can get a piece.
Right.
you
Right.
know, I'll bring some Oreos and, something like that. But again, it ain't like you say, just bring a few items, whatever you can find. It doesn't either the label on the product needs to be color coordinated, or the food product itself needs to be color coordinated. So,
Right. Right.
and then the organization, we are providing food, so nobody has to worry about food. And then there will be adult beverages available for purchase while we're there. So come on out, hang out, and it's a nice park. We enjoyed ourselves the other day down there for Pedro and Monica's party. So it was a nice little place to hang out at. It's got picnic benches outside the door where you can go out there and sit down and hang out, enjoy the weather, and if you want to get away from the music for a minute, or I think they plan on maybe having some. I know we're going to have some door prizes. I think there might be a little karaoke going on. I don't know. They might have some contests about who can be the most creative about, their serving, the stuff they're bringing, whatever. We'll see. There will be in a photo op. We're going to have some photo opportunity there to take photos and all that kind of good stuff. So I got to get that recording done as well, I guess. So we don't have to keep saying it, right? Because we got what, month and a half, 2 months almost, May 25th. So, but that plans on planning on having a pretty good time over there as well. So, what
Yeah.
else?
No, it's always a hoot with you guys. It's always fun.
What we got tomorrow? Wednesday, second Wednesday. So I guess we got Trina tomorrow. Trina and Barbara, knitting, crocheting, jewelry making. So they'll be doing their thing tomorrow night. I think that's all we got for tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
But 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 yeah, I'm a little short on conversation this morning. I was up late trying to get that one recording done. Pedro, my brother, I give you all the praise in the world. You do this on a regular basis, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, because it's a lot of work goes into putting them audio clips together.
No,
So
I know that you and Pedro do a lot, put in a lot of work for Coffee Time. You guys put in a lot of work for Blind United in general. So, yeah, no, I very much appreciate you, Pedro and Ed, both of you guys. You guys are great.
well, it's all about the team, Britt. It's no one of us is going to make all this happen. It's all a
No,
joint
teamwork
effort.
makes the dream work.
I mean, I don't know. I was scratching my head in the beginning. I didn't think we was going to be as successful as we are, but evidently somebody likes what we're doing. So we're just
Hey,
going to
man,
keep
if they
doing it.
like it, if they like it, I love it, you know.
Right. I hear you.
And if you want to come on and talk with us on Coffee Time, because the more people we have, the more of a debate we can have. And I'm all for diversity of different opinions and thoughts and whatnot. So, you know, if you want to come on and hang out with us, info@blindunited.org, and we'll send you a link.
The only thing I ask is, just monitor what you got going on, while you're there. And remember, we are live streaming, and we don't need to hear you flushing the toilet or whatever you're going to be doing.
Yeah,
So,
just make sure you got clothes on if your camera's on, you know, just little things like that.
just trying to keep it 100, y'all. Just trying to keep it 100. So, uh, uh, but yeah, no, I don't know why I'm just stuck today.
I know this Tuesday, I mean, it's feeling like a Monday to me. I just feel kind of like groggy, kind of like, oh, but hey, you know, we're human. We have our off days, our on days, you know, so it happens.
Well, and on that night, we're trying to do the best we can. As they say, the show must go on, and I don't know how much of a show you want to call this one. Uh, Maybe it's a SS show. Uh, but we're doing our best with it. So what else I got going on today? Again, all I got tonight is the talk time. I'm really interested. I would like people to come out and just keep it 100 with me. I mean, let me know how we doing, what we can do to change it. Whether it's this, the interest groups, or any part aspect of it. We're definitely open for criticism because why? We're trying to do something that people want to be a part of. So, I mean, if you don't like what we're doing, then you don't want to be a part of it, right?
Right, right.
So we got to try to conform to what people want, and uh, uh, you know, but at the same time, we got to stay true to ourselves.
Yeah, that's true, you know, but we do want to make people happy, you know, just come in and get to know us, and I'm sure once you get to know all of us, you'll feel like, man, this is my extended blind family, and we can't wait to meet all of you. We're just super excited about that.
I mean, and yeah, we've made quite a few relationships. I mean, I know that's another person missing this morning, Miss Carol. She's been hanging out with us a lot. She's down there in the Lone Star State, in the
Mhm.
Big D. But I mean, a lot of folks down there, they tune in, listen in. We got, we're meeting people across the country. We're hanging out. You might hear us a little bit. For those that are listening to this, they hear this, but man, we get in some really good conversations within our interest groups. Once the whatever the topic of the interest group may be. If it's technology, okay, well, let's get the training and all that kind of stuff out of the way. Let's learn something. And now we can hang out and kick it and talk and, have fun, get to know one another. We do that quite a bit. That's why we even have the little piece today, just to create that space because we had so much of it going on within the interest group, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm. So
movie
come hang
nights.
out with us. 6 o'clock PlayStation time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All the other times, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to figure that out.
Right, right, right. Well, so other than that, Britt, what you got going on the rest of the day?
Well, I just want to tell you guys that I think that mental health is extremely important, and Dom gave out the NAMI warm line. So it's not a hotline, it's a warm line. So if you need to talk, you're having substance abuse issues, family issues, issues at work, or feeling a little lonely, you can this number is the Orange County warm line, but even if you're not in Orange County, you can still call. The number is 877-910-9276. That number again is 877-910-9276.
Well, I guess we might as well throw Jimmy in the mix as well. We are, and he is, uh, collaboratively, we are collecting canes, broken canes, canes people not using anymore. Whatever. As long as we got all the pieces, we can make it happen. Jimmy with Custom Cane is a gentleman that makes all my canes. But he also has a foundation, the You Can Give initiative, youcangive.org. He needs like 300 canes this year. He's traveling to 3 different third world countries this year, passing out canes. He's already handed out over 2,500 canes to people that otherwise would not have been able to get a cane. So again, we're collecting canes on his behalf. He's collecting canes. So if you want to get at him, reach over to just go over to youcangive.org. If you would like to send it this way, then you can always reach out to us at info@blindunited.org, and then we can make arrangements to get the canes from you. And make sure that Jimmy can help out a bunch of people this year. I think that's a great, beautiful thing he's doing over there. And if since we do have the luxury of being able to get canes at any time we want, even though these other folks cannot, you can always also, while you're on his website, he's got a store there. You can buy a custom cane like I've got. Trust and believe, Jimmy will put anything on that cane you want on that cane.
And that's custom with a K, guys. Custom with a K.
Yeah, he'll hook up your cane for you. If you just want to buy a regular old plain cane, even though we say don't be plain, go custom cane. But he does sell canes straight up. He's got titanium canes. He's got accessories for your cane. For you folks that would, low vision and really having trouble at night, he's got lights you can clip onto your cane to help you see better at night while you're using your cane. He's got tips. He's got sheaths, all of it. You name it, he's got it. He's got whatever you need as far as your cane gear goes. So charms. He's got little Bluetooth speakers you can hang from your cane, just all kind of stuff. So Bluetooth speaker, that works out really well. Like when you're doing your GPS, and you're navigating somewhere, you can turn your GPS on and Bluetooth that little speaker on your cane, and that way you can hear.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, you can listen to the instructions as you're walking through your, rather than holding your phone in your hand or whatever, or putting earbuds in and possibly blocking, the ambient sounds around you.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, Jimmy is he's got a lot going on. We appreciate you, Jimmy. Everything you do, my brother, and we're gonna do whatever we can to help support him. So
most definitely. Because like we say all the time, we're blind united. We don't care. We don't care what political group you're a part of, what NFB, ACB, whatever. We don't care if you're blind. We want to help you, and we want these people to know in these other countries, we're thinking of you, we love you, and you're not alone. So because I know being blind, it makes you feel that way sometimes. I know I've been blind my whole life, and there have been times where I felt extremely alone. So I don't want these people to feel alone. So, and I know you guys don't either. So please, if you got some old beat up canes, donate them to Jimmy, or you can reach out to Ed and he'll redirect you to where you're supposed to go.
We'll get them canes taken care of, get them fixed, get them rewrapped, and get them in the hands of some folks that may have never had a cane in their hand before. You know.
Can you imagine never having a cane? Like I cannot imagine that. I've always had a cane. I just really can't imagine it.
And I'm the same way, Britt. I mean, because when I started fading in the darkness, it was a very dear friend of mine that she knew somebody that worked at. She worked for was it UC Irvine, the
Mm-hmm.
hospital out there, and one of her co-workers. Bottom line, her dad had passed away, and he was elderly and losing his sight, and he had a whole duffel bag full of blind tools, if you will.
Okay.
And one of the things in there was a cane. And
Mm-hmm.
man, I got my hands on that cane, and again, I didn't know how to use it, but I knew I needed it. You know,
Right.
and it really helped me. In the beginning, as my vision was fading and stuff, and maybe might have helped me a little bit as well once I started doing my training because I already kind of had a feel for handling the cane anyway. It just didn't know the proper way. So, but yeah, no, I couldn't imagine it. I really couldn't. I mean, walking around and just, no, I couldn't do it. I mean, even Ray Charles, I mean, he didn't carry a cane, the man was able to, listen to the footsteps and all that kind of good stuff.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
he used echolocation. Some people are really good with that. I've never been
and
that
that
strong.
amazes me. It really does. It really
Yeah.
amazes me that they can do that stuff. I mean, it's just for me. I know, well, and again, I guess it just blows out one of those other myths that people have about us. About well, you lose your sight. Your hearing gets better. No, it don't. No, it don't. I'm deaf.
Yeah, no, you most definitely
Actually,
are.
we actually have a whole blind deaf community out here that a lot of people don't know about. But anyway, no, you learn to use your hearing better. It doesn't get better. You don't get better smell sensors. You just learn to use it better. Same thing with anything, you just learn to use it better. I mean, even my touch now, I mean, I can almost identify things when I first touch it, especially if it's something I've touched before. It just got that familiarity to it. You know what I'm saying? So, at least that's what I believe anyway. So, we got any more comments, Brittany, before we get ready to get out of here, sweetie?
No, we don't. But thank you to those who did comment: Monica, Paul, Elizabeth,
Whistler, my
and
brother,
Whistler.
thank
Yeah.
you very much for popping in. If you're still listening in, man, please give me a call. Love to chat with you for a few minutes. I'm navigating to this button, Britt.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, info@blindunited.org. Info@blindunited.org. 909-846-8825.
You're really good at remembering numbers, Brittany. I got to give it to you, baby.
Yeah, I've been blind all my life. You learn to memorize shit.
Well, I mean, I used to memorize them as well before we had cell phones. Now that we got cell phones to put them in, I don't remember nothing. I can barely remember my number, right? So, but with all that being said, sorry if we were rambling on a little bit today. Like I said, it was one of them little off days, but we'll do better on the flip side. And if you ain't
Most
doing nothing,
definitely.
a little bit later on, come hang out with us, 6 p.m. PlayStation time, and let's see what kind of conversation we get going tonight when everybody can actually join in and let their voices be heard. So until the next one, tomorrow morning, I look forward to seeing what y'all then. Thank everybody that came in, popped in, commented, please run over to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, set it up so you know when we're coming and going live. So really appreciate everybody. Brittany, appreciate you, sweetie.
No problem.
We will talk to you guys on the next one. Have a great Tuesday. Don't eat too many tacos tonight.